Hi, for my Criterion D, I will be showing off the extensibility of my project. If you wish to run this project yourself, you would first need to download Android Studio, import the project files into Android Studio, and run its emulator using API level 34 upside down cake. You would then need to obtain a Google Maps API key with the Google Cloud Console. I am not providing my own API. The API key I use for this project because it is personally identifiable information that is directly tied to my billing information, and it can I could incur a lot of charges without my consent if that information were to be leaked, and it is incredibly bad practice to send API keys over the internet to people you do not know. So to run the project, I'm using the Android Studio emulator, and I click Run App first, which, as you can see, opens the app on the emulator device here. On the left here is extended controls. We'll get into that later. See, on open, it requests the user permissions. You can grant your permissions for the course location, the find location, and then background location. You have to go to settings to grant that. That is just how Android works. You set it to allow all the time. And then when you return back, it'll still show you some dialogues. If you just click outside of the box, they'll go away. So here we can see the navigation capabilities, which are part of Criterion 6. I have the Criterions pulled up here. It shows how Criterion 6 is satisfied. You can easily navigate the user interface. This screen always takes longer to load because it takes information from the Google Maps API. You can see there are many placeholder things right here as the content that would show up on those screens falls under Criterion's 2, 3, 4, and 5, which have not been completely satisfied. So they have many placeholder informations, but the groundwork has been laid for that information to be filled in later. So to show off the extensibility of this project, the maps here is not showing my current location. It's showing a location that I preset in the navigation, which is explained in Criterion C. But to start having it track the device's current location, let me pull up the extended controls here. You would click Start. You see it launches a new activity. It asks you if you can send notifications. You click Allow. That's important because it's a foreground service. You see right now I have the device. It's showing the being in Brooklyn, New York. Here in the extended controls, you can control what location the emulator perceives as the device's current location. For example, I can set it here. If I want, I can set it to Antarctica. I click Set Location, and then I should update over here. You see it move, and now it thinks I'm in Antarctica. But what's important to know is that it is able to perceive a current location as a GPS signal, as a latitude, longitude, and then present that with the Google Maps API as the device's current location. And even then, to show that it's constantly receiving updates, you can even use extended controls to give a route. So for my route, I chose just between the universities of Stanford University and University of California, Berkeley. And then I can click this. I can click Play Route, and it'll set my location there. See this? And what's going on behind the scenes is that the device is perceiving its GPS signal as this location. This emulator is controlling that, and then it is going through the process that I laid out in the Criterion B to present this information, to present its current location to the user here. So it's a little slow. It takes a little bit to go. But as you can see, its current location is slowly moving along this path towards UC Berkeley. Another feature of my app is that it is a foreground service, meaning it tracks the location in the background of the app. So if I scroll down here, it actually shows up as a notification. The elapsed time is what would be when I implement the stopwatch. As you can see, the stopwatch is also not implemented here with the placeholder values for time still being present. But if you look here, you can wait a bit, and the values there will be updating. It shows the exact latitude and longitude. So the values don't look like big differences, but the point is to show that it is changing a location. It is tracking your location. And this even works when the app is closed. So if I close the app, you can see that it is still tracking the device's location. So I'm gonna let it sit here for a little bit. The video is gonna speed up now. And then also when you click the notification itself, it opens you back up into the driving activity, which is really convenient. Because as it knows that you have not finished driving, that the activity is currently running. So it even says driving activity up here. That was for me to, when I was developing, to see things, makes it was easier for me to understand. Talking about future applications of this, obviously once the database is fully implemented and all the surrounding features are implemented, it'll be a much more complete app. But for future things that class be added, a way to store it in a server to aggregate data across multiple users and to observe trends in users as a whole, and a way for this information to be shared among the users would probably be the two biggest post-development goals once the initial goals are met of this project. Thank you.